ele se mexendo? Eu já olhei aqui, não já? Cadê o cara, pô? Será que ele tá aqui? Não, aqui não, né? Aqui eu já vim. E, tipo, não faz nem sentido. Eu tô tentando achar, tipo... pra ir pro outro acampamento. Não é aqui. Vou sair aqui. Cara, eu vim daqui, pô. Será que ele tá lá? Mas eu já olhei lá, não olhei não. Eu não já vim aqui não. Eu sei que eu já abri tudo isso. Mas, né? Só pra upar a skill. Mano, cadê o cara, velho? Será que ele não tá dentro de nenhum desses bagulho? Não, pô, não é possível. Qual foi? Mano, cadê o cara? Será que ele tá aqui? Boy, não faz sentido ele tá aqui, certo? Sendo que não tinha ninguém aqui. Os caras estavam no outro acampamento. Eu já li barraca por barraca. Aqui e lá. Tanto aqui quanto lá. Ah, não sei. Esconderam ele muito bem, mano. Ou simplesmente o cara não tá aqui. O cara não tá aqui, pô. Vamos lá. Cadê o cara, pô? Na moral, pô. Esse cara tá bem escondido não, viu? Depois. Meu Deus, impossível.
Hey. Help.
Impossível.
Hey. Thank you.
My pleasure. Sir Divish sent me to find you, and it looks like I arrived just in time.
God's truth.
I'm Henry of Scalith.
My name is Marius Bielek, Master Locator. Sir Divish sent me here to survey the area.
Well, the outlaws are out of the way, so we can go and report to him, right?
Not just yet.
Ok.
Those bastards caught me as soon as I arrived. And so far all I've seen is the inside of the tent they tied me up in. I still have a job to do. Come along with me if you like. We'll report to Sir Divish afterwards.
I'll escort you then. At least I can make sure you don't get caught again.
What? Are there more of those bandits around?
No, I just meant... Never mind. Should we get going?
Vamos.
This is a good spot for the rat house. Every village must have one. It'll be nice and prominent here. It's on the hillside, so the foundations will stay dry. It can have its own little square, close to the church. There's no better site here. The church is still standing. Good. Good. Whoever built it did a good job. Considering how old it is and what it's been through recently, it stood up well. It won't be an easy job to fix it, but it can be done. Timber alone won't do, though.
Oxi.
We could fit at least one tradesman's shop here. Maybe a baker's? There's quite a lot of space here. It just needs clearing thoroughly. Then we could even fit stables here.
Damn.
Main approach road and stream. This bridge needs reinforcing. It won't last long in this condition. I reckon it would make sense to build a weir over the stream down there. The water here is clean and can be used to supply the village until we sink a well. It's a good thing we have this stream. No point in building without a water source. Supplies and trade will flow through here. I can't even see past the trees and ruins whether there's room for anything there. but at least the trees are strong and healthy. All we need is a few good woodcutters, and we won't have to bring in any timber from elsewhere.
Boa.
Stone foundations. They'll come in handy, and we're close to the stream.
Legal. Oi, gato. O quê?
Esse botão pra baixo.
Lots of space here.
Ok, tem espaço legal. Mas você ia subir pra ficar?
There's a well here already. All the better.
Cadê? Aqui, né? Sim, o poço ali embaixo. Ih, caramba.
A big space, clean water, close to the village green. A good site for an inn.
Boa.
That's that then. Most essential surveying is done.
So, Master Locator, ready to start building?
There's a long way to go before that. The few ruins that are left are basically beyond repair. It's all overgrown with brush.
Oh dear.
We'll have to get it all cleared before we can start rebuilding it.
So it is possible to rebuild everything?
Yes, absolutely.
But building a whole village is no small enterprise.
We'll need timber, lots of it, which isn't a problem in the middle of the woods, of course. We'll have to hire wage labor to begin with. Quite a lot of men. I think we should get started without delay. There's a lot of work involved, but it'll be well worth the effort. I can just imagine it. The church will dominate the whole settlement.
Huh, that's good news. When will you inform Sir Divish?
Why wait? I'll head to Townburg right away. But would you keep an eye on things here in the meantime? It would be rather embarrassing to run into more bandits when I return with Sir Divish.
No problem. I'll be right here.
It shouldn't take us long.
Como é que vai ser? Vou ter que ficar aqui e esperar.
My lord,
Opa.
welcome to Pribyslavitz. That is to say, welcome back to Pribyslavitz after all these years. Well, what's left of it.
Not to worry, Marius. I'm glad to be back in my old hamlet. Although, it seems to have aged about as gracefully as I have over the years.
I beg to differ, sir. It's quite dilapidated, unlike your good self, but at least it's safe now. Thanks in part to Henry here, who also saved me from a predicament that cost me valuable time. Who knows? If it hadn't been for him, we might not even be talking now.
Well, in the end, you managed things in your own way, I see. Just as you said you would.
I did my best, sir.
Eu os matei. Eu paguei o resgate, quero algo em troca. Isso não é importante.
Well, to begin with, they wouldn't hear a word about letting Master Marius go. Of course, the clink of silver is the only language the likes of them understand.
They're a perfidious rabble.
True, sir, and greedy with it. They wanted a fat ransom and, well, I paid it from my own purse.
I appreciate you doing everything
Boa.
you can to ensure the safety of my subjects. I don't know how much you had to pay.
Sir?
Henry shouldn't lose out for doing the best he could under the circumstances. Here,
Boa.
this ought to cover the cost.
Quanto? 600?
Let's get
Boa.
down to the matter in hand, shall we? What state is Pribyslavitz in?
Sir, in my official capacity as locator, I am gratified to inform you that the hamlet of Pribyslavitz may be renewed. And indeed it offers
Boa.
prospects of considerable expansion beyond its former limits.
Splendid. Finally, some good news for this province.
And badly needed, too.
So, what have you discovered so far? I want to know all the details.
We had a scout around.
We conducted a basic survey, from which we can make a preliminary outline of the parcels. I already have in my head an initial plan of what can be built where.
We should certainly have a church. I'd like to preserve the existing one.
That should present no serious obstacles. The building is in much better condition than we anticipated. But extensive reconstruction will be required.
That's to be expected.
There's a stream here, and a well, right in the middle of the village.
Yes, and there are abundant woods around. Clearing them will provide both extra land and timber supplies that we can use right away.
Right now, I believe we're standing on the village green, aren't we?
The future green, that is. The village centre will comprise at least 6 large buildings to begin with.
Ok.
We can't fit any more than that here. So there will be other buildings away from the square. In particular, more extensive structures.
I'm glad to hear it. I never expected you'd find so much space here in the middle of the woods. The building work we're about to engage in is only the first part of my plan. Later, we'll clear more forest for agricultural land and build more farmhouses. But for now, we'll have to focus on more sensible goals.
As you wish, my lord.
Rebuilding a whole village must cost a king's ransom, though.
It's true it won't come cheap. Before the tradesmen settle here and start producing and trading, it will be necessary to invest a certain amount of capital.
A certain amount? How much exactly?
I wouldn't venture to state a precise amount at this point, but I expect it will come to some thousands, even tens of thousands of groschen.
That much? I hope you're good at haggling.
We shall, of course, attempt to procure everything at the best possible price, but raising a settlement from the ashes you see around you is a costly business. Nevertheless, I can assure you, my lord, that if all goes well, the investment shall all come back to you with interest.
I hope I shall live to enjoy it, Master Marius.
A village isn't a village without villagers. You'll need new subjects. Even preparing the ground for a building will need lots of labor. Where can we find so many people, sir?
You sound skeptical, lad, but it's a good question. I've already given it some thought. I've agreed with Radzik and Hanish that we shall make an announcement in Rattay to invite people to move here and help with the construction, which will bring them many benefits, but also obligations. In addition, I expect the prospects of a new home will appeal to your former Skalitz neighbors
Boa.
more than a makeshift camp by the castle walls.
I'll be delighted, sir.
A
Okay, amor.
splendid solution, sir. I've also been concerned about how to bring settlers here. But now it seems there will be no shortage of new inhabitants after all.
Amor,
Oi.
eu tentei, né, ir lá pegar o cachorro. Só que Teresa tá com raiva de mim.
Sério?
Porque eu fui de novo na casa de banho.
Oh, ela viu.
Não. Aí eles me disseram de novo se for na casa de banho. Aí tinha duas opções.
E pra que você foi na casa de banho?
Pra ganhar status. Enfim. Daí só tinha duas opções. Ou tá, eu fui. Ou no segundo era. Você não. Tipo, não ouse perguntar o que eu tava fazendo. Tipo, ao grosseiro. Aí eu falei, não, prefiro entre falar grosseiro com ela, fala a verdade.
Entendi.
Aí eu falei a verdade. Ela disse. Tá certo, então terminamos.
Tá vendo o que você fez?
It seems things are finally looking up. We
Vai
routed
falar
the
com ela de
bandits
novo,
in
não,
battle,
ela só fica
and
falando,
Henry
vai
took care
embora.
of the remnants. When can we get to work?
Right away, as far as I'm concerned. All we need is people and the necessary funds. And we'll need someone to keep order, at least in the interim.
True. I'll leave you some of my men.
If I may, I would recommend quickly appointing a bailiff to take responsibility for the renewal of the village, its coffers and its citizens.
True. First things first. Since you understand these matters best, you shall take charge of the land parceling and building works. You'll be available to the bailiff, but answerable directly to me.
I'd be honored, sir. Thank you.
And, as regards the office of bailiff, what about you, Henry?
Yes, sir?
You've proven yourself well. You've demonstrated that you're capable of solving problems. And you command the respect of your former Skalitz neighbors.
Well, I'm not so sure.
And you're also capable of maintaining law and order.
I must concur.
So, let us expedite matters. Henry, I hereby appoint you to the office of bailiff of the hamlet of Pribyslavitz in my domain.
My lord, it's a great honor. Thank you.
You will oversee the initial renewal and administration of the village that will set the ground for further development. But don't imagine it'll be a bed of roses, lad. Being bailiff doesn't mean you can do whatever you like. If you don't treat the settlers rightly, I'll soon find out and relieve you of your office. Besides, we can't spare a single groschen from the Talmberg coffers now, with the province in chaos. So, you'll have to cover the cost for the building work from your own purse.
Me? But Marius said it would cost a fortune.
True, but from what I hear, you know how to get your hands on coin enough. So, I expect you'll manage it just fine.
I'd like to know who's been spreading such gossip.
And I am assigning you certain specific tasks. You must ensure the rebuilding of the church. That means complete reconstruction, wall paintings, and a new altar. See to it that in the future, the village will be capable of supporting a certain number of people. For that, you will need to ensure the construction of essential artisans' buildings. And ultimately, the village must produce sufficient earnings to fund further expansion.
But, sir, I've never done...
I understand your concerns, but you'll be handsomely rewarded. I shall grant you the proceeds from the whole village for the first 5 years. And you have my permission to use the surrounding woods and land as you see fit.
Well, that's, I mean... Are you sure I'm the right man for the job, sir? It's a lot of responsibility.
As you said yourself, Henry, it's a great honor. Besides, you won't be alone in it. I'll assist you and supervise the construction work.
Phew. All right, then.
So, we're agreed. You'll give this document to the Rete bailiff. He'll make the announcement to invite settlers, which should ensure enough people to begin work. At the same time, your official appointment as bailiff
Ei,
will
vou
be
ser dele
announced.
agora, amor. Da
Don't know what to
cidade.
say, sir.
I'm sure you won't disappoint me, Henry. And now I must get back to my duties at Townbrook. Send
É tipo
word
prefeito
when
da cidade.
everything is prepared.
Certainly, sir. Have a safe journey.
Farewell,
É a
sir.
DLC que eu queria, amor.
Tá feliz?
Uhum, muito. Eba. Eu quero que você me ajude.
Eu?
Uhum.
Com quê?
What now?
Before we can start building as much as an outhouse, we'll have to get the whole area cleared, and we'll need lots of people to work the land and parcel it out.
Right. So I suppose I'd better get to Rat Eye first and see to that announcement.
Indeed. I'm sure the bailiff will be more than happy. It will get the refugees out of his hair, and the citizens will stop complaining. I'll stay here for now and start planning the building plots. As soon as the labourers arrive, I'll start allocating work to them.
Nem bolinho tu não quer, amor? Bolinho. Uhum. Cadê?
What did you fucking say? You fucking sodomite!
Só isso? Olha, amor. Pois é. Achei que era algo perigoso. Voltar o cabo. Muito obrigado, meu amor. Nossa.
I have a document for you from Sir Divish. It concerns the renewal of Pribyslavitz.
The village you drove those bandits out of?
Very same.
So it's true then?
Yes,
Good.
sir.
Good. Let me see that document then.
Here it is.
So what have we here? It says I should announce that anyone interested may move to Pribyslavitz to live and work. And Sir Radzik and Sir Hanush also give their consent. In that case, let's not waste any time. Come along with me. God be with you. Good luck then.
E aí, vamos? Vamos?
Eu?
Bora?
Pra onde? Pra onde, amor?
Bora. De beilho pra beilho. Olha, dois homens importantes.
Vegetables,
Come and
fruits,
get it.
apples,
Man cannot live by
cucumbers,
bread alone,
onions.
but he
Come
can live
get
by
'em.
eggs either.
Eita.
Bread baked just this morning. Bread.
Diga aí. Eu subo também? Cadê o pessoal?
Pretzels for you.
Tem uns 5 gato pingados só. Cadê o povo? Vamos chegando, povo.
Que povo, amor? Deve ser cão.
Vamos chegando.
Hear ye, hear ye. It is hereby announced, in the name of Sir Hanush and Sir Divish, that you, the citizens of Ratai, as well as those who have found temporary refuge here, are permitted to move to the hamlet of Pribyslavitz to the north of Tomberg Castle. wherein you shall be vouchsafed a new life and new dwellings, providing that you shall contribute to the renewal of the hamlet. All those who choose to accept this offer shall be exempted from payment of taxes for a period of 5 years. They shall be permitted also to make use of timber from the surrounding woods and water from the streams. The hamlet of Pribyslavitz lies in the domain of Sir Divish of Talmberg, and all who settle there shall be duty-bound to him. It is furthermore hereby announced that Henry of Skalitz is appointed to the administration of Pribyslavitz and the office of bailiff therein, which office and privilege have been conferred upon him by Sir Divish for loyalty and services rendered.
Bota a prefeitura
I would
aqui, ó.
therefore recommend that our Skalitz friends consider this offer very seriously, as nothing better is likely to come your way anytime soon.
Nossa. Joga a prefeitura nos meus peitos, parceiro. Cadê Kunesh? Alex? Que Alex?
I'm glad to see you. Good luck then.
Alex e Alex.
Have a look at these cucumbers. They'll taste burn all winter. Buy it
People,
before someone
come
else
up
does.
close and have a smell.
Eu ia falar com Tereza, mas ela não quer saber de mim, pô. Eu vou lá, de novo, vou tentar de novo. Só porque eu quero o cachorro logo.
Cachorro dela.
Não, mas tem que falar com ela pra... Tipo, você pergunta, ah, e esse cachorro? Porque, olha, o cachorro agora ele fica por a... Cadê? Olha. Olha. Oh, bichinho. O nome dele é Pulguento. Ela tirou o vestido que eu dei pra ela. Que isso? Que rebeldia é essa?
God be with you, Henry. Congratulations on your victory in the tournament.
Ok, quer falar comigo agora?
I came to apologize.
Eu vim me desculpar com você.
Then apologize.
Então se desculpa,
And
faça
make it
direito.
good.
Você pode ver o quanto eu sinto sua falta. Passamos por muita coisa juntos. Ou não farei de novo? Eu não farei de novo. Você pode ver o quanto eu sinto sua falta. Passamos por muita coisa juntos. Ou não sei como me desculpar. Ai, olha. Ah, não. E aí, amor?
Tu vai de quê?
Eu tô pensando em... Eu tô entre... Eu não farei isso de novo. E... Aí, olha. As opções. Eu acho que eu vou na primeira. Porque eu tenho 14 de hora. Porque também tem a ver. Eu tenho 14 de oral. 14 mais 2, ela tem 0. Só que eu tenho 7 mais 4 de carisma e ela tem 4.
Eu iria na segunda, mas sem entender esse negócio da vida.
Você pode ver o quanto sinto sua falta? Vou nele então. Passa muita coisa juntos também, é forte, tá? Eu não farei isso de novo, é meio clichê, sei lá, é meio... Aí eu vou lá e faço, tá ligado?
Look at me.
Olha pra mim. Eita.
Yeah? What?
Can't you see?
What exactly am I supposed to see?
Anguish. Terrible anguish. I'm so miserable without you.
Cara de pau, véi. Cara de
Henry,
pau, velho.
You're such a jester.
Olha o jeito que ele
Oh,
tá
look at
pedindo
me,
desculpa.
I'm in anguish.
Olha o jeito que ele pede.
But I am though. Really, I'm sorry.
I know. Me too.
Will you give me another chance?
What else can I do when you're in such anguish?
Casal do ano, tá?
I've got something for you.
Ela tem um presente pra mim
I
ainda.
know this is your favorite.
Não, pinga da salvação. É? Deixa eu
Thank
ver.
you.
3 pingas da salvação, velho. O que esse cão faz por aqui?
What's that dog you have?
Que cão é esse que você tem
Ele é
aí?
familiar.
Ele parece familiar.
Don't you remember him? It's Mart, the
É o
butcher's dog
Pugento, o
from
cão da
Scalix.
açougueira de Scales.
Ah, of course.
Quando voltei pra
When I
enterrar
went
meus
back
pais,
to
ele
bury
estava
my
protegendo o
parents,
corpo do mestre
He
morto.
was guarding his master's dead body. Faithful dog. How come he's here?
When we carted you here, we took Mutt along too. He's been hanging around the mill ever since.
A trena? Não tá por aí não?
Não, você vai clicar lá embaixo.
Pode ser. Eu nunca mais usei meu outro chinelo, desde que eu fiquei vindo com o meu. É meu outro chinelo, não é seu não. Tô brincando. Como ele está?
How's he doing?
A lot better now. I slipped him something good now and again when Uncle wasn't looking.
He won't starve to death then. What does the miller have to say about it?
He can't stand him.
How's that?
Every time he sees him, he starts shouting that he's a useless mouth to feed and that I'll skin him.
Jesus.
And it didn't even soften his heart when Mutt brought a hare from the woods. He was happy to eat it, but it didn't change his mind.
I could have a word with him.
That would be a waste of time.
Ele é
Sim, bem,
obediente?
Me? Not much. He's got a mind of his own, and I'm just not strict enough.
Ah, spoilt then.
No, he just hasn't learned many commands. But he's well able to beg for a piece of meat.
How long has he been with you?
More or less since we came here. He runs off now and again, but he always comes back. Sometimes I don't see him all day. I think he likes to go wandering.
So he's doing quite well then.
Yeah. I'd keep him, but he reminds me too much of Tinker, you know? I don't want to think about Skalitz. So, I thought maybe you might take him with you?
Me?
I'm sure the two of you would get on great. He's a handsome fella and lovable. I'd be very happy if you had him.
But we never had a dog at the smithy. We never needed one.
Come on. He's got no one.
Alright. I'll take him.
Tá
You
de
can keep me
sacanagem, que eu
company
vou
on my
colocar quando eu vou
travels.
ficar com cachorro. Você não
Thanks,
comprei
Henry.
a dele só pra
Go
isso.
and get him then. He's sniffing around somewhere here.
Eu queria a DLC só pra isso. E não vou comprar. Eu acho que eu não vou jogar com Teresa agora. Cadê? Cachorro! Conversar com o cachorro.
Hey, Mutt. Remember me? From Scalix. Remember? Wanna go with me? Come on then. We'll get on like a house on fire. Follow me.
Agora você terá a companhia de um cão. Ele será seu melhor amigo e o protegerá e o ajudará. Mas você deve tomar conta dele. Você pode falar com ele, alimentá-lo, de preferência com carne, dar-lhe ordens e recompensá-lo com elogios. Com o cursor você pode dar todo tipo de ordens, como por exemplo comigo. Você também tem a nova habilidade de adestrador. Ela determina o quão bem treinado seu cão é e quais ordens você o ensinou. Use as ordens e outras interações com seu amigo quase para ganhar experiência. Na aba camaradas você pode ver a estatística dele. A mais importante é a obediência, que indica se seu cão obedece ou não. Você lembra cairá toda vez que ele se machucar também. Se a obediência cair muito seu canto deixará de cumprir algumas de suas ordens. Se cair a zero, fugirá e levará um tempo para voltar para você. Durante sempre. Quanto maior for a obediência, melhores serão as estatísticas dele. Ele defenderá você assim mesmo melhor. Causará mais dano. Tem um protesto que chama você falta com a obediência. Se acontece com Ok.
To me? That's a good boy. That's my boy. Here. Heel.
Bichos.
Hey, lad! Don't you want a little wager on the Rat Aid tourney?
Come along, free.
Porque eu tô sem New Hofer. Sem New Hofer? Por quê? 95. Onde é Veronique? Oxi. Que foi, mozão?
Tô tentando imaginar um móvel aqui.
Um móvel? Não tem ideia do que...
Tô tentando pensar numa altura.
Mo, vou fazer umas perguntas. De sim ou não, brincadeira. Ah, pegar, 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 pegar e pegar. Beleza. Quer que eu anuncie aqui na live? Tá,
Por isso que eu falei baixinho.
tá bem. Dormiu ou nem? Não. Dormi. Tá tarde da noite já. Acordar, sei lá, umas 5. 4. Foi. O quê?
What do you think this is, an inn?
Eita.
Get the hell out of here!
E? Deitei na cama errada.
You can't be serious. Sleeping in other people's beds.
Ué, então foi por causa disso. Eu tinha deitado na cama errada, ele me expulsou e eu achei que eu não podia mais ficar na casa dele.
E a sua cama?
Era só a cama, que era a cama dele que eu tava deitado. Olha, ele acorda.
Clear off!
É o quê? Não, aí tá de sacanagem. O que foi? O que é que tu quer?
How are you?
Qual foi?
Let me with you. Hey, do you think you own the place? Snoring here? Clear
Tá
off!
certo? Eu saio.
Hey, get up off of that bed. You've no business here.
Beleza.
Hey, young fellow, you can't.
Cadê o cachorro?
There's the good doggy. That's my boy. Come along, free.
Vai ser uma longa jornada até lá. Será que o cachorro tá me seguindo esse tempo todo? Caramba, é muito longe, mano. Ih, aconteceu alguma coisa.
Show what you're made of!
Ai, mentira, se eu fazer isso.
That's a good boy. That's my boy.
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
Where are you headed?
To Samopesh. I'm going to visit my cousin there.
No, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but wait a moment. Let me look around.
Certainly. Good luck then.
Samopse é sul. Desce subindo o riacho não é. Sul. É sul.
Where are you?
Just
Samopesh is just to the south, on that big hill. There's a winding path leading there.
thank you kindly.
My pleasure.
See you later.
Ok, fiz uma boa ação. Que é coisa rara nesse jogo, tá? É ele ainda. Achei que fosse outro. Caramba! Caramba! Que legal! Legal, legal! Caramba, que bonito! Tô começando a construir a cidade já. Caramba, tá bonito já, hein? Porra. E aí, Marius?
Welcome back. What news from Ratai?
Well, the bailiff read Sir Divish's decree, and now I'm officially bailiff of Pribyslavitz.
Then allow me to congratulate you. What will be your first step?
First, Actually, I'm not quite sure. What would you recommend?
As it happens, I already saw to a few things in your absence. You might have noticed that the first people have come from Ratai.
Ok.
Yeah, I saw some heading here right away.
So when they arrived, I was able to start clearing building plots with them. After they'd erected some temporary dwellings, that is.
So we're ready to get things started?
As long as you know what you want to build, I can show these new people what to do. We'll be building on the sites we've measured out. You can go and look them over first, if you like.
I'll do that. I'll see what's going to be built where.
Nevertheless, I doubt you'll be able to figure that out just from looking at the sites.
How do I choose what to build where?
I've already given it some thought on your behalf.
Livro da
I even wrote it all
contabilidade.
down in the accounts ledger.
Menino.
Everything will be recorded there.
Está registrado
I'll
nele.
make a note of every change as we proceed.
Thanks. That'll be a big help. And where can I find this book?
It will always be kept at the rat
Casa
house.
do Conselho, ok.
Well, there's nothing here, so we'll have to build everything. Ale house, bakery, butchers, rat house. Did I mention ale house?
Eventually. But be warned. To begin with, it's always best to start with facilities that will be producing construction materials for everything else. And since we'll mainly be using timber, it makes sense to set up a woodcutter's camp.
All right. And then what?
That depends. Every building has its use. You'll soon get the grasp of it. And it's all in the ledger.
Ok.
What about the workers' wages and buying materials for artisans?
The money must be put in the trunk here.
Tá.
The expenditures for wages and materials will
Então
be
tem
taken
que
from
colocar
it.
meu dinheiro
So
aí, é
you should
isso?
keep it topped up to prevent delays. It reminds me, there's the matter of my own pay to be
Seu
resolved.
soldo?
Ah, yes, of course.
Que já quer receber
Divish
salário.
guaranteed me a fixed
Renda
income.
fixa, no entanto.
What's more, this job is an exceptionally big one.
I see.
Ah,
But how much are you thinking?
I have a record of payment here somewhere. Here it is. Let's say 1/4 more than that.
Estilo soldo original, oferecer um pequeno aumento, oferecer um aumento generoso. Soldo original, parceiro.
Well, as you said yourself, it's just a continuation of your work for Sir Divish. So I see no reason to change the conditions now.
Well, all right. It seems we understand each other. I agree.
Good. I'll put your wages in the trunk too. Are you sure it's quite safe?
Quite. Only you and I shall have a key and access to the trunk. Besides, we'll have guards on watch here.
Ah, that's reassuring.
That's about all to begin with. If you need any more details, I'll be happy to explain things to you.
Could you explain something to me? What are my duties as bailiff?
As bailiff, you must see to it that the village grows and prospers.
Tá.
You'll have to resolve disputes between citizens and decide what I should have built.
Decidir o que
The
deve ser
coin for it will
construído.
come from your own
Os
purse.
sairão do seu próprio
Basically,
bolso.
you'll have to keep the whole
Tem que manter a
locality
lotação.
under control. But you can't just do whatever you like. You're still answerable to Sir Divish, as am I.
Which means...
Which means that if the folk here are unhappy, word will soon get to Sir Divish, and he'll put you in your place. So you'd better see to it that there's no thieving, the folk have jobs to do, and their wages are paid.
Of course. I'll keep a close eye on things. How do I build houses?
First, find out how much it'll cost, and whether the upkeep won't ruin you. Everything is written in the ledger. You can check it all there, or just come and see me.
Sure. How do the accounts work?
The most important thing is to know how much profit your buildings generate, and what they cost to operate. That's written on the very first page of the ledger, which will be kept at the Rat House. Whenever we erect a new building, I record it there, and you'll find all the profit generated by the village in the trunk with the ledger.
And what if we spend more than we earn?
Then you'll have to put the amount necessary for covering the operating costs into the trunk.
I see. Probably best to have a little extra there for a rainy day then. How do operating costs work?
Those are the workers' wages, costs of material and equipment for tradesmen, and so on.
And what if I don't have enough coin?
Then production will grind to a halt. Watch out for that. Folks soon get grouchy if they're not getting paid. The amount needed each day is recorded in the accounts ledger too. So you should keep enough in the trunk to cover the wages.
And how do I pay the workers?
Don't concern yourself about that. I'll take care of it. As long as you provide the coin.
So I could put enough money there for, say, 3 days in advance?
Indeed. Simple enough, isn't it?
All right. Thanks. How can I get new people to come to the village?
Don't worry about that. Folk will gradually turn up of their own accord when there are houses for them. Each building can house a certain number of people. The bigger the house, the more inhabitants. And the more space you have for them, the more country folk will come here in search of a better livelihood.
What about tradesmen?
I can find you fairly competent ones, but if you can get really skilled artisans, it will certainly be a boon for the village income. Although it's not all that easy to get skilled people, you could ask around.
I see. Any suggestions?
You could try asking the two Sasau armorers for a start. They're always at each other's throats, so maybe one of them could work here. But don't forget to get a forge and armory workshop set up for him. Otherwise you'll only be wasting his time.
Right. I'll go and have a word with them later. I must give some thought to who else would come in handy here. Thanks. How can I improve the buildings?
The process is exactly the same as for building from the ground up. We need to have enough coin, materials, and of course, something to improve. It goes without saying that there's no point in better blacksmith's equipment if you've no forge to put it in.
Well, I can't argue with that. But why bother with improvements at all?
Because they make it possible to produce better goods that can be sold at a higher price, so we'll earn more money.
Nothing, actually. So, how am I doing with the village?
Let's see. You're still far from having the income you need to make the village prosper. Well, the village isn't ready yet for the expansion Sir Divish is planning. The church is still in ruins. Doesn't create a good impression. We're on the right track, but we haven't reached the end yet.
All right, I'll get stuck in. I want to build something.
Certainly, Master Bailiff. What's it to be?
I'd rather not build anything just now. I want to build something.
Certainly, Master Bailiff. What's it to be?
I'd like to build the rat house.
It's impossible. Check what you need in the ledger.
I'd rather not.
Oi.
Yeah.
I want to...
Certainly.
I'd like to... Let's...
It's impossible.
We'll need plenty of tools, and they'll need repairing.
It's impossible.
People have to eat, and bread is a must.
It's impossible.
Let's build a butcher.
It's
I'd rather not build.
Ah, vou ter que sair agora. Já eu volto.